We all associate OnePlus smartphones with flagship specs at great prices. But if there's one thing they haven't had so far, it's a flagship grade camera. But the question is, does the new OnePlus 6 change that? Does it finally bring a camera that can take on the big guns out there? Let's find out. What's up guys, this is Rupesh from Beebom.com and this is a OnePlus 6 camera review. Because a lot of you guys have been asking us to take a more detailed look at the OnePlus 6 camera. Anyways, before we start, how about you hit the bell icon to make sure you get notified every time we post an awesome new video. Now then, let's get started. Let me start off by making one thing clear. I know the OnePlus 6 seems to have the same camera specs as the 5T, but there are some important upgrades. There's OIS now, which should improve low light photos and make videos more stable. Also, the camera sensor is now larger, which should result in brighter photos. Also, we are reviewing the OnePlus 6 cameras here, but we will be putting the OnePlus Flagship to test against the Pixel 2 and the S8 camera, because they are in the same price range. And the OnePlus 5T camera as well, to see how much of an improvement the OnePlus 6 is. Okay, if you've seen our OnePlus 6 review video, you would know that we have already established that the OnePlus 6 takes some good daytime photos. Let me just show you some photos. Here, see how well the OnePlus 6 captures the details? The same is the case with this photo. It's detailed, sharp, and I really like the colors here. Okay, that's great, but how does the OnePlus 6 fare against the Pixel 2, the S8 and the 5T? Take a look at this outdoor shot. As you can see, the OnePlus 6 photo is pretty good. The colors are nice, but take a look at the Pixel 2 photo. It's more natural and handles the lighting and the shadows of the trees pretty well. I'm not a fan of the S8 photo because, well, it's oversaturated and the details are pretty low. The 5T captures more details, but that's the only positive here. The same is the case with this photo here. The OnePlus 6 takes photos with nice colors, but the Pixel 2 photo here has more details. I mean, just look at the water. Plus, the shadows look good and the color accuracy is on point. The S8 takes a decent shot, but again, there's oversaturation. And OnePlus 5T photo is just okayish, but just does not match the others. Moving on to an indoor shot, I really like the shot taken by the OnePlus 6 here. It's the brightest of the lot, it's sharp and overall really good. The Pixel 2 expectedly takes a great shot too. The S8 also takes a nice bright shot and the 5T also does well enough. But if you zoom in, you will know that the details on the OnePlus 6 and the Pixel 2 are just way better than the others. Here are some more photos in good light which make it pretty clear that the OnePlus 6 camera is definitely better than the cameras on the S8 and the 5T in good light. And while it does fall short against the Pixel 2, I'd say it does well enough. I mean, sure, there are some issues at times, but most OnePlus 6 photos had great detail and good lighting, which is pretty great. But how does the OnePlus 6 fare in low light? Before we get to that, let's do one thing. Let's see the ISO value in these photos to see which photos have the lowest noise. I mean, we all know that more ISO equals more noise. Anyways, let's check out some OnePlus 6 photos first. Well, the OnePlus 6 obviously captures a lot of light thanks to the wider aperture and the new larger sensor. And as you can see, the photos here are sharp too, all thanks to OIS. But yes, the ISO is definitely on the higher side, so let's see how it fares against the others. Here's a nice photo, right? Well, the OnePlus 6 has captured a good photo with nice details and colors, but the ISO is super high. The Pixel 2 photo is pretty good too with a decent ISO value, and the same can be said of the photo from the S8. The 5T photo is decent too, but again, the ISO. Well, let's just zoom in. Now you see the difference, right? The Pixel 2 photo and the S8 photo look nice and crisp, even though the colors are a bit off in the S8 photo. But the OnePlus 6 photo looks like a bad painting now. Let's just not talk about the 5T, it's pretty bad. Let's check out another photo, shall we? The OnePlus 6 photo here is pretty good with some accurate colors, but again, the ISO is very high. The Pixel 2 photo is great too, nice details and colors, and look at that ISO, it's amazing. Even the S8 manages to capture the photo with a lot less ISO. The 5T, well, it's struggling to say the least. Zooming in, you will see that the image quality is falling on all phones here except for the Pixel 2. Zoom in more and you will see that the text here is at least readable in the Pixel 2 photo. On the others, not so much. The same is the case in almost every low light photo that we took. Here, take a look. The OnePlus 6 takes decent low light photos and they're very bright, sometimes even brighter than Pixel 2 and other phones. But as the ISO values show you, the moment you zoom in, you will see noise and artifacts. The Pixel 2 photos obviously have very low ISO values and are very detailed. I mean, the Pixel 2 is just so hard to beat in low light. The S8 II performs really well and I'd say better than OnePlus 6. The OnePlus 5T, well, OnePlus 6 fans will be glad to know that the 6 at least beats the 5T. Moving on to portrait mode shots. We are not putting the S8 to test here because it does not have a portrait mode natively. Anyways, this should be fun, so let's begin. First, a few portrait mode photos from the OnePlus 6. Well, the portrait mode photos here are decent, but as I said in our review, the portrait mode on OnePlus 6 is improved, but I don't like how the face gets smoothened out. Let's see how it compares against the 5T and the Pixel 2. Let's start off with this photo. Well, the OnePlus 6 and Pixel 2 have managed to capture the colors perfectly. The photos are sharp and nice. But I don't like the overexposed background in the OnePlus 6 shot. Also, when you zoom in, you can see that the details on the face are better captured by the Pixel 2. I haven't talked about the 5T photo because there's plenty wrong there. Next up is a photo of Sharun, who is a dog's best friend. Again, the OnePlus 6 and Pixel 2 have managed to capture the colors perfectly. The 5T photo is decent but does not stand well against the 6 or the Pixel 2. In low light, the portrait mode shots from the OnePlus 6 are brighter, but other than that, things are the same. Look, it's pretty much the same story in all the portrait mode photos that we took. Just take a look at some more portrait shots from the phone. Almost every time, the OnePlus 6 takes shots that have great color accuracy. And even though the background blur and details on the face are better than the OnePlus 5T photos, they can't match the portrait mode on the Pixel 2. Honestly, I think the OnePlus 6 has a decent portrait mode. I mean, it's definitely better than the 5T's portrait mode, but the Pixel 2 is just so hard to beat. Next up, let's talk about videos. As we saw in a review, the OnePlus 6 has a few issues when shooting at 4K at 60 FPS or even at 4K at 30 FPS, and the best you can get from it is in 1080p, so we'll go with that. Here's a 1080p video from the OnePlus 6. Well, the colors look nice, but I think it's a little oversaturated, and even with OIS and EIS, the video just isn't as stable as I'd like. I mean, look at this video from the Pixel 2, it's so stable, as if someone was using a gimbal. Plus, I really like the natural colors here. Next up is a video from the S8, which looks rather dull, surprisingly. Apart from that, I think it's decent enough. Lastly, there's the 5T, which impressively brings better stability than the OnePlus 6. However, the colors are so oversaturated here, it's like a different world altogether. So overall, I'd say the videos from the OnePlus 6 are pretty average. I mean, even the 5T shoots more stable videos than the OnePlus 6. The S8 is better too. Then there's the Pixel 2, which is just way ahead of everyone else. Recent OnePlus smartphones have boasted of some great selfie cameras, and it's the same with the OnePlus 6 too, especially in good light. Look at these photos here. The 16 megapixel camera takes some detailed and sharp selfies. Things go a little bad when it comes to low light though. Anyway, let's compare it to the competition. I mean, look at the Pixel 2 photo here. It's just a lot better than the OnePlus 6 and even the others. I even like the S8 selfie more here, even though they are, you guessed it, oversaturated. The OnePlus 6 is better than the 5T though. Moving on to the next photo, this one was taken in harsh lighting, and again the Pixel 2 shows its prowess here. The Pixel 2 manages to keep the background exposure under control. The rest, just not at all. Let's just zoom in on the face. Now take a look at this, what a massive difference. The Pixel 2 is the winner on almost all the selfies we took. The OnePlus 6 takes some decent selfies, but there's over-sharpening and in low light things just get noisy. Look, I'm okay with the OnePlus 6 selfies, but let's just say don't compare it to the Pixel 2. Like most departments, the Pixel 2 is the champion. Well, that was pretty much everything. I'm pretty sure it's clear by now that the OnePlus 6 does have improved cameras. I mean, the OnePlus 6 easily beats the OnePlus 5T in most situations. And it's not just the 5T. The OnePlus 6 manages to beat the S8 in some scenarios too. So yes, the OnePlus 6 definitely has some good cameras, even though video recording is a mixed bag. Having said that, it does not stand well when compared to the Pixel 2. I mean, it started off greatly in good light, but then kind of fell behind the Pixel 2 in almost all the departments. Well, to sum things up, the OnePlus 6 has a decent set of cameras for the price. But if you're expecting flagship grade performance, you might be a little disappointed. Also, this video has been brought to you by GoodOffer24, which is a digital marketplace whose biggest USP is the huge discounts that it offers on games and software. In fact, GoodOffer24 is offering some great deals right now. PUBG for PCs is available for around $20, while it usually goes for around $30 on Steam. You can also get Windows 10 Pro for $16 and Office 2016 Pro for just $31. Plus, you can use this code to get an additional 15% off on all Windows and Office products, an extra 5% off on all cloud activation products. So check out these deals from the links in the description down below. Well, that was our OnePlus 6 camera review. What are your thoughts about the OnePlus 6 camera? Tell us in the comment section down below. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and also share it with your friends who are looking to buy the OnePlus 6. Lastly, subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. Well, that's me signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.